Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to start chapter 10 International Trade part 3. We have studied in this chapter the concept of international trade, importance, incentives for export trade, right? Import procedure, export procedure. Okay. Today we are going to start from WTO and GATT. Okay. I hope you all are doing well. So concentrate here only. Role of WTO and GATT. WTO means the World Trade Organization and GATT, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. After the Second World War, political equations at international level have been changed. The nations have been involved in the war become weaker economically. In such new political conditions, the necessity emerged to establish an organization in order to create harmony among the different countries in the field of trade and other fields. As a result of this general agreement on the trade and tariff was made, each country created some restrictions or limit as per its requirements, but no development could be achieved due to this, and the necessity of liberalization emerged and World Trade Organization was formed. Okay. WTO maintains international trade relationships so that there can be common platform for the international trade and the path to globalization can be widened and spread. 104 countries of the world have signed supporting the organization. Government of India has made with different agreements with different countries in order to join its industries with the other foreign stream. It is called General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. World Trade Organization. WTO maintains international trade relationships so that there can be a common place for the international trade and the path to globalization can be widened and spread. Okay. The world's 104 countries have signed in support of support of this organization. This organization started its work officially from 1st January 1995. India is a member of this organization from the beginning. Service sectors have got rapid growth due to the work and administration of WTO. Boundary lines were erased in the field of insurance, banking, and transportation, and the entire world has become a global village. World market is developed along with world trade. Due to this organization, products related to agriculture, industries, health-related facilities can be produced at a larger scale and exports of such things are promoted. In the field of education, foreign universities, etc., have got the opportunities to enter India. Okay, countries like America, Canada, and Australia have arranged their campus in Gujarat and other various states of India. Right? Then GATT, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. The government of India has made different agreements with different countries in order to join its industries with the foreign stream. It is called GATT. Okay. In 1948, an agreement among 23 nations was made at Geneva. The basic aim of this agreement was to bring international trade in the direction of free trade and to enhance the international trade and to encourage the division of regional labor. GATT is a free trade policy suitable to organization. Globalization. Okay. The administration system is also favorable and the material facilities have also been increasing. Right? Modern streams in trade world are taking steps. अब आप देखो, आप सबको पता होगा कि वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और जनरल एग्रीमेंट ऑन ट्रेड एंड टैरिफ के वजह से ही आज जो कुछ भी हो रहा है वो सिर्फ उसकी वजह से है। क्यों? क्योंकि आज हम कोई भी प्रोडक्ट किसी भी कंट्री से हमें मंगवाना है तो हम मंगवा सकते हैं, राइट। कोई भी पर्सन कहीं पे भी जॉब करने जाना है या किसी को कोई स्टडी पर्पज से जाना है तो वो सब हो सकता है। मीन्स क्या, एक पूरा वर्ल्ड है वो एक विलेज की तरह हो गया है कि जैसे हम अपने सिटी में या अपने विलेज में जैसे सब कुछ इजीली हम कर सकते हैं, उसी तरह से पूरे वर्ल्ड में भी पहले की कंपैरिजन में WTO और GATT की वजह से ज़्यादा बेनिफिट हुए हैं, राइट। और डेवलपमेंट भी काफ़ी हुआ है। प्राइवेटाइजेशन, ग्लोबलाइजेशन और लिबरलाइजेशन जो 1991 में जो पॉलिसी गवर्नमेंट ने अप्लाई की, उसकी वजह से ये सब हो रहा है, राइट। So WTO and GATT, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. Now the problems or difficulties in international trade. Trade taking place among the different countries of the world is called international trade. Okay, different countries have different restriction in international trade. There are known as the problems of international trade. First one is problems of currency, diversity of language, the problem of distance, restrictions and control, risk, difference in laws, lack of traders contact, okay, and problems of weighing scale. First one is problem of currency. Different countries have different currencies, okay. जैसे हमारा रुपीस है उसी तरह से कहीं जगह डॉलर है, ओके, वैसे में उसी तरह. सो इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट टू सेटल अ डील ड्यू टू करेंसी प्रॉब्लम. द इंपोर्टर एंड एक्सपोर्टर फेस प्रॉब्लम्स ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ एडिक्वेट नॉलेज अबाउट फॉरेन एक्सचेंज. ओके, ये नॉलेज ना हो तो काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं क्योंकि करेंसी सबकी अलग अलग होती है इसकी वजह से. और जिस कंट्री में आप कुछ भी ट्रेड करो तो उस करेंसी में वो आपके कंट्री का जो करेंसी है उसमें वो कन्वर्ट होके ही सब होगा, राइट. हमारी जो डॉलर की अमाउंट, डॉलर और रुपीस में कितना फर्क है कि $1 है इज इक्वल टू अराउंड 60-70 रुपीज. ओके, तो इसलिए तो सभी वहाँ पे जाके जॉब करते हैं और अर्निंग करके यहाँ पे आते हैं, राइट. उसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि $1 की वैल्यू है वो इतनी है, राइट. सो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि अगर हम यहाँ से वहाँ कुछ सेल करेंगे तो हमें जो पैसे मिलेंगे वो डॉलर में मिलेंगे, राइट. सो वो काफ़ी बेनिफिशियल है और प्रॉफिटेबल भी. ओके, then diversity of language. Each country of the world has different language, so diversity of language is also a problem in international trade. However, English language gets rid of this problem to some extent, even though dealing with some backward countries creates this problem. कुछ ऐसे बैकवर्ड कंट्रीज है जहाँ पे उनकी खुद की लैंग्वेज है, ओके, अफ्रीका वगैरह में सब जगह पे, तो वहाँ पे वो प्रॉब्लम होता है क्योंकि कुछ भी कम्युनिकेशन करना है तो आप लैंग्वेज से करते हो ना, तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड करने में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है. जहाँ पर भी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज है वहाँ इतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता क्योंकि इंग्लिश तो पता होती है किसी किसी को, पर कई ऐसे कंट्रीज है जो बैकवर्ड कंट्रीज है वहाँ पे उनकी लैंग्वेज अलग होती है तो वो ट्रेड करने में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम रहता है. देन द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ डिस्टेंस. ड्यू टू वेरी लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू कंट्रीज इन इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स इन कम्युनिकेशन एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ गुड्स आर क्रिएटेड. ओके, देन रिस्ट्रिक्शंस एंड कंट्रोल्स. Different countries impose different restrictions on international trade as per their political and economical policies. International trade gets barrier due to too much restriction imposed by the government. जहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट के ही इतने रूल्स रेगुलेशन हो, ओके, और कितने रिस्ट्रिक्शन और कंट्रोल्स होते हैं क्योंकि फॉरेन ट्रेड में, इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड में काफ़ी इलीगल भी होता है, राइट. सो उसकी वजह से क्या करना पड़ता है, गवर्नमेंट को काफ़ी रूल्स रेगुलेशन रखने पड़ते हैं, काफ़ी रिस्ट्रिक्शन रखने पड़ते हैं जो पॉजिटिव भी होते हैं और नेगेटिव भी होते हैं. जिसकी इफेक्ट पॉजिटिव भी होगी और नेगेटिव भी हो सकती है, राइट। बट 1991 में गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ रूल्स रेगुलेशन इंडिया में कुछ उसमें कुछ लिबरल कर दिए, ताकि जिसको रियल में ये सब पॉजिटिवली करना है वो सब कर सके इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, राइट। बट फिर भी कुछ रूल्स रेगुलेशन और कंट्रोल्स तो होते ही है गवर्नमेंट की, जिसकी वजह से कुछ इलीगल ना हो। ओके, देन रिस्क। मोस्ट ऑफ द इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड इज ट्रांसपोर्टेड वाया सी रूट। ओके, दरिया में है उसमें ज्यादा ट्रांसपोर्टेशन होता है। इट इन्वॉल्व्स रिस्क लाइक डैमेज ऑफ गुड्स ड्यू टू बैड वेदर, sinking of the goods and robbery of the goods by the pirates etc. So ये रिस्क रहता है। Then difference in laws. Different countries have different trade laws. It becomes a problem to understand them easily. सभी कंट्रीज के लॉज डिफरेंट होते हैं, राइट। सो उस लॉ को फॉलो करना भी और उसको समझना भी टफ होता है। देन lack of traders contact. The contact with trader is very rare in international trade. The traders are quite unfamiliar with each other where there is a great distance between two countries. It creates a problem in payment when there is no direct contact between the importer and the exporter, right? जो ट्रेडर है वो इतना फेमिलियर नहीं होते क्योंकि काफ़ी डिस्टेंस होता है दो कंट्री के बीच में, राइट। सो पेमेंट में प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं कई बार क्योंकि कोई भी इंपोर्टर और एक्सपोर्टर के बीच में डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट नहीं होता। सो लैक ऑफ ट्रेडर्स कांटेक्ट। देन प्रॉब्लम ऑफ वेइंग स्केल। Sometimes different countries have a problem regarding weighing scale as they have different weighing scale. Weighing scale means measuring for determining the weight. Okay, so दो countries के बीच में कुछ सेल परचेस होता है, right? So वो weight को determine करने में काफ़ी बार उसको measure करने में problems होते हैं, right? So there are 8 problems of international trade. Problems of currency, diversity of language, the problem of distance, restrictions and control, risk, difference in laws, lack of traders contact, problems of weighing scale, right? Now the difference between internal and international trade. There are 10 points of difference. First one is meaning, currency, laws, problems of language, control of the government, risk ratio, distance, insurance, payment of excise, market. First one, meaning. Internal trade. Trade taking place within geographical boundaries of a country means internal trade, that is trade from Gujarat with the other states of India. Okay. And international trade meanings, trade taking place outside the boundaries of country means international trade, that is trade between India and other countries of the world. Second one is currency. No problem is created in the payments and accounts due to the same currency in the whole country. But in international trade, problems in terms of payments and accounts are created due to different currencies. Third one is laws. Trade laws are similar in the whole country, whereas international trade, different countries have different trade laws. Okay. Then problem of language. Language doesn't create any problems in international trade, whereas in international trade, language creates problem. Then government control. There are less government controls in internal trade, whereas in international trade, there are more government control. Then risk ratio. Risk ratio is low in international trade, whereas risk ratio is high in international trade. Sorry, risk ratio is low in internal trade and risk ratio is high in international trade. Then distance. Distance is short because the work field is limited up to a country. Okay, whereas in international trade, distance is long because the work field is spread over more than one country. Then insurance. It is not compulsory to get insurance, whereas in international trade, it is compulsory to get insurance. Then payment of excise. It is easy to pay the excise and the rate of excise is low, whereas in international trade, the process of payment of excise is complicated and the rate of excise is high. Then market. Market is limited in internal trade and market is wide in international trade. So there are 10 points of difference between internal and international trade, meaning currency laws, problem of language, control of the government, risk ratio, distance, insurance, payment of excise, and last one, market. This chapter is over now. In this chapter, we have studied international trade, importance, incentives for export trade, import procedure, export procedure, WTO and GATT. Okay. Problems of international trade, difference between internal and international trade, right? I hope you all understand and enjoyed well. Still, anyone want to ask any doubts regarding this chapter or anything else, they can ask me. And read and write question answer of exercise in your fair book. Thank you.